Okay, this is a worded question for trigonometry that sometimes gets some students confused. So let's start from the beginning and work through it. So from the top of a vertical cliff that's 20 meters high. So from the top of a vertical cliff that's 20 meters high. So when it's 20 meters high, this is our cliff. And from the top of it, the angle of depression of an object. So the angle of depression of an object that is level with the base of the cliff, so this is important, is 40 degrees. So there's an object that's away in the distance, far away from the cliff. We'll just say that object is down here. We'll call it, let's just say object. So we know the angle, I'm just going to repeat it here. So the angle of depression of an object that's level with the base of the cliff is 40 degrees, and that's going to be my 40 degrees there. How far is the object from the base of the cliff? So I am finding out how far. This is the base of the cliff there. How far is the object? And so I'm going to just say, call that x. So getting the diagram is the first and most important step. Now, there are two ways of doing this. I guess none of them, no other method is easier than the other, but we can see that this is 90 degrees here. So 90 minus 40 will give me 50 degrees. So I know that that here is 50 degrees. I can use this to calculate x. So if I just label my sides first, I know I've got opposite the angle, that's my opposite side. This is a right angle, so this is the hypotenuse. This is adjacent. Again, opposite the angle, opposite side, the longest side is the hypotenuse, and the last one's the adjacent. Okay, from there, we will write our trig ratios. So Katoa. Again, these are in the front on the formula sheet. Now, I'm not been asked to look for the hypotenuse, and they've not given me a value for it like they did for the adjacent of 20 meters. So really, I don't need to use this. So that means any ratio that has hypotenuse, we don't want. So the correct one to use is tan. So I'll write it out. Tan of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, now I just need to substitute my values in. I know the angle is 50 degrees, is x over, so opposite is the x, adjacent is 20. And when the variable is at the top, we will multiply. If you want to look at it like this, if we multiply 20 on both sides, we'll be left with x being equal to 20 times tan 50. X will be 23.84 meters. So that object is 23.8 meters away from the cliff. So the other way, I'll quickly just won't do the whole method again, but if we if I remove this 50 and we look at our z angle, so that's our z angle there, we can say that if that angle of depression is 40, then that's 40 also. So again, whichever way works for you, but using this, then the opposite side is going to be that, hypotenuse will be the same, and adjacent will be down here. Just keep that in mind. Then you use your ratios, and again you'll use tan again. But then this time you'll have to do division instead of multiplication. So completely up to you which method you like. I find this much simpler, and you can use the multiplication, you don't have to swap. Okay.